Hey guys, this is Mike Sullivan, your Arkansas Assemblies of God men's training coach, and want to come to you today and talking to you about strategic men's activities. When you have a men's Bible study, that's something we talked about in a previous video, you need to have some sort of monthly meeting where you're getting together and encouraging men to live for the Lord and creating the relationship there within the church. One thing that will help you is to have a strategic men's activity, maybe once a month. I encourage, when we have staff meetings, I encourage my youth department, children's department, our singles ministry, couples ministry, senior adults. For all of our departments, I try to ask them to do at least one activity outside the church, because you need what's called bridge building activities, something that builds a bridge for in this case, men's ministry. A man who doesn't go to your church feels free to come to your church and have a good time with you, but it's not in the church setting, because sometimes having all your activities at the church is not conducive. You're not getting them in. They'll come to some other place where you're at, but they don't want to be at church with you. Don't be offended by that. That's the reality of ministry today. So you've got to be willing to go out where they are, go out to the highways and byways and compel them. How? Through a strategic bridge building activity. So there's some things you can do. It might take a little bit of work, might cost a little bit of money, but there's some things that you can do that can create some activities for you to do with your men there in your local church. Because guys like to go do stuff. So here's some, just me and Dan the cameraman, we've been trying to come up with some things very quickly that we can show you. Here in Arkansas, we have 2 minor league baseball teams. We don't have like Texas, California, Florida, where they've got numerous professional franchises. But we do have here in Arkansas, we've got 2 minor league baseball teams, the Naturals and the Travelers. And that's some easy summertime activity where a guy will come. Man, a guy will go to a minor league baseball game. Man, they'll go to it. And what we try to incorporate is if you have teenage sons. I've got 2 teenage boys, 17 and 14. And so if you have teenage boys, those are young men who need to be trained up into men's ministry. So we actually encourage for the men to bring their teenage sons with them. And you can go online, like with ours locally near us is the Travelers. They're in Little Rock. And you can get online, look up the Traveler schedule, and it's really easy to do. It's not that hard. You can print up a schedule and find a date that works with you. And what I recommend is find 2 dates, generally at a time when men can go. Usually it's going to be on a Friday or Saturday because of work issues. Pick 2 dates. And then take it before your men and say, hey, can y'all go to one of these games? And see what it is. You can find seats for $10 a guy, some even cheaper than that. But if you find, say, $10 tickets for the guys, there's also group rates. You can look online or call up the office, and they'll tell you how many tickets you have to buy before you can get a group rate. And what you need to do is, okay, if let's say we've got a game coming up July the 4th. We want to be there for July the 4th. Sometimes they have free giveaways. Sometimes, especially on July the 4th, they're going to have a fireworks demonstration. And all you have to do is find a couple dates that's going on. Let them pick one of them. And then give yourself enough time, at least a month ahead of time. So they narrow down, okay, we want July the 4th. All right, well, here it is in April, and all right, we're going to, if you want to go to the Travelers game, they're going to be playing the Corpus Christi Hooks. It's $10 a man plus food. If you want to eat, bring money to eat on. But what you're needing is the ticket money, because you're having to pay for the tickets on your credit card. So what you do is you just, or send a check. You say, okay, by such and such date, within 2 weeks or a week of the game, it's non-refundable. You give me $10, I'm not giving it to you back because I've got to buy your ticket. Well, guys are going to say, yeah, man, I'll go. Here's $10. Here's $10. Here's $10. You keep a list of who's paying you the money and how many tickets you need to go, and it doesn't hurt to actually buy 2 or 3 extra tickets if you can, because sometimes you'll sell them. Somebody will come up at the last minute, oh, I need a ticket. What's easy enough to do in a situation like that is buy you a ticket there. It's going to be all right. There's going to be plenty of seats. You can buy one at the ballpark. But if they'll give you the money, then you go online, you buy the tickets. They'll have them waiting for you at the window, at the will call window, and then grab your men, put them in a van. You all carpool down there, and go to the game. That's easy enough to plan. That's not hard. Men will come to a baseball game before they'll come to your church many, many, many times. And so you can plan something like that. Another thing that you can plan on is guys like to shoot stuff, okay? You can just set up, if you got somebody out in the country, I know there's some places here in Arkansas where there's ranges where you can go. Just say, hey guys, we're going to the rifle range. We're going to go shoot. Bring your guns, bring your bullets, and we'll stop at McDonald's, or we'll stop at a barbecue place. We'll stop somewhere afterwards, and that way nobody's out money except for their own bullets. And if you're carpooling, it won't take a lot of gas and your own ammunition. But there's some things you can do that, man, guys would really be all for that. I'll tell you one, and this will deal with the subject of another video later on down the line. But if you want to do a concealed to carry class, there are groups that'll come to your church. They've been at ours. They'll come to your church and they'll do a concealed to carry class. You want to get the respect of your men in your community. Let them see that you're about family and safety, that you're about safe handling, and put together a concealed to carry class. That's a strategic thing into your community that not only gets you into your community, but it shows people that you care, and it shows men that you're a man-friendly church. But just going out there and plinking some cans somewhere, you can make it something easy. Have everybody pitch in $5 and set up a bunch of aluminum cans you've been saving. And hey, whoever hits the most cans gets a jackpot. I mean, that's easy enough stuff to do. It's not gambling. It's just having some fun. Or you could just go buy something at Walmart and give it away as a prize, or just whoever has bragging rights. But something like that works. Dan's handed me a shotgun here. Something that we've done in the past in our churches is skeet shooting, and you don't have to have the $1,100 really nice skeet thrower that they have at Bass Pro Shop. Although if you do, that's okay. You can also get skeet throwers from Arkansas Game and Fish. If you get hold of them, they actually have some that they loan out to the community. So there's a little something for you. But skeet throwing, a case of skeets is cheap. You can buy a bunch of clay pigeons for cheap, and all. Just tell them, bring your shotgun, bring your bullets, meet us at so-and-so's farm, and by the way, bring a friend. That's what all this is about. To the ball game, hey, you know what? You've got a friend that you work with that would come with you, but they don't go to church anywhere. That's an excellent way for them to get to know your men, get to know you as the men's leader, and realize, hey, this is a guy-friendly church. Man, I like this. You may not have won the battle over lace doilies and pastel flowers in your church yet, but guys can overlook some of that stuff if it's man-friendly. There's other guys there that, my masculinity is not threatened. Guys love to shoot stuff. Go to a range or go to somebody's pasture and just have a skeet throwing party. And get together and just shoot stuff. Man, that's men's ministry waiting to happen. And you don't always have to have, and I stress this, in strategic events, you don't have to have a Bible study. It's okay. You're not there to win souls. You're not there to get converts. You're there to build relationships. You start trying to put other stuff in there, and you're defeating what this is about. Now, if you're trying to do a skeet throwing thing as evangelism, fine, then do that. What I'm telling you about, though, is strategic events where a guy won't come to your church, but they will come to an activity that you do. The Big Buck Classic that takes place in here in our state in Little Rock, man, guys will show up to that. Yeah, you got a group going, man. I'm all about it, and they'll show up, and let them come. Let them come and hang out with you guys, and see that we're about this stuff. We don't mind doing these sort of things because we enjoy it too. In deer camp, if you can set up a deer camp or a squirrel hunt or anything. Because guys like doing it, and good men's ministry is simply doing what guys like doing, and doing it in the name of Jesus Christ. Fishing is a great time when the bass are running, and the crappie are man, they're hitting stuff. If you're fortunate enough to live near the White River and do some trout fishing, you need to call, invite me, and let me speak at your men's retreat. And man, I'll be there. But fishing is an excellent way. Our church, Jason Beard, helps us set up a men's fishing tournament every year. This year, ours will have been on April the 5th for this year. But we'll do a fishing tournament, and there'll be a little jackpot. There'll be some little things we bought at Walmart to give away as door prizes. And what we do here at Poe and Assembly is we'll pick a lake, and there's an entry fee, but what we really try to get is guys that don't go to our church, but they work with somebody in your church, or maybe a relative. They're not going to church anywhere, but hey, you know what? They like fishing. We got a fishing tournament going on, and you can fish off the bank. You can, if you got guys that have boats, that's even better. And just have weigh-ins and all right, we're going to be launchings at daylight or launchings or safe light, what they call it, or we're going to say 8:00. Everybody's out there on the water, and you got to be back in by say 3. And so the guys are out there fishing, and man, they're having a good time. You got 3 or 4 guys on a boat, and they're out there fishing, and it's just camaraderie. And if God gets brought up in the subject, hey, where can they go? They're kind of marooned out there in the middle of the water, and you don't beat them to death out there with your Bible, but it doesn't hurt to let them build that relationship, because that's what all these things are about, is building relationships. Our church, what we do is at the end, when everybody comes in, we do the weigh-in. We'll give away some trophies. We'll say congratulations, everybody, and then we'll eat. We'll have a fish fry, or we'll fire up some grills there and have people from our church. We'll invite the families after the men have done the fishing tournament. Now we invite wives and kids and guys that just don't like fishing, but they enjoy fellowship. Then we'll have at a gazebo that we've called ahead and we've secured it. A lot of times they're free, or it's a very low, $20 fee, but you can have it set aside. And then everybody brings, sodas. They bring stuff, and you grill hamburgers and hot dogs, or have a fish fry out there. And we'll have it for our church. We'll have maybe 15 guys, 20 guys in the fishing tournament. We'll have 100 people or so show up just to hang out. And so now, not only am I building my men's ministry, I'm building my church, because I'm creating an environment where people can come. You don't have to be a big church. You don't have to be in a big city. Rural churches, man, you're made for the fishing and the hunting. You're made to do all this stuff. But it doesn't take, you don't even have to have a lot of guys to do that. You just get the word out there that, hey, we're doing it. And, if you only have 4 guys go with you to the baseball game, man, that's all right. Don't worry about it. You only get a handful of people to show up to go shoot some cans, that's fine. Because it's not about the mass numbers, it's about doing something. Because I'll tell you, the more you do it, and if people know it's going to be held every year, you'll have people that'll want to be a part of it. A car and bike show, a fireworks event, just something that men like to do, and just invite other men to be there. That is a strategic men's activity. God bless you. I hope this has been helpful to you. If you need to get hold of me, you can get hold of me through email at mike@poeandassemblyofgod.org. You can get hold of myself or Terry Newman, our district men's director, at our district office in Little Rock. God bless you. Have a great week.